Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk about toys and other fun things. I'm Master Chief, and today I want to show off a little bit of my own creation. So let's get right into it. I'm going to bring this right into camera. What you're looking at right here is a 1/12 scale G.I. Joe classified sized FLAK Cannon. It is my own design. I designed the whole thing in Fusion 360 and 3D printed it in olive green. And let's take a look at what it does. Get my pointer out right here. You can see that I tried my best to get all the details along the side. We've got, if I spin it around here, we've got details on the back here with a little HUD. Spin it around on this side. And you can see that we've got our, I don't even know what that would be called right there. I should look at the blueprints and see what they would have called that. But got some gray details along the way as well. And I do provide some decals that are all 3D printed as well. You can get this. I do sell this on Etsy on my store. If you just look up FLAK Cannon, 3D printed FLAK Cannon, G.I. Joe classified size, 1 scale. My Etsy store is actually called Master Chief as well, Master Chief 3D prints. So you could get this there as well. So a couple other things that we've got here. It does tip up. It does tip down, just like that. It spins around. Okay. And the top does come off, just in case you need that. It ships in a couple of different spots. And these do come off as well. They snap right in just like that. This is one of my very first versions. And fits together very nicely. Now you may say to yourself, all right, well, how does that scale with the figures? So let's take a look. I'm going to grab good old rock and roll here. Let's see if I can get him to stand up. So there's rock and roll standing right in front of it. If I put him off to the side, I'll scoot this over, put him off to the side. Right there, you can see how that goes as well. So I think I went through a couple of different iterations with this while I was designing it. And I think that I did a pretty good job with the scale. I've sold quite a few of these online, and I really haven't had any complaints. So today I just thought I'd show it off a little bit. All right, let's see how he fits in the seat. So I'm going to get him in the spot, and we'll cut right to him sitting in the seat. There he is. He's in the seat now. So you can see that he sits pretty well. Sometimes with these G.I. Joe figures, you've got different parts that, like his gun holster that's right here, kind of gets in the way sometimes. So depending on what figure you use, you can get him in the seat pretty well. The handles are sized so that they can, so that the figures can hold onto the handles. And really, that is about it. Spins all the way around. And hopefully you like what you see. Now, this isn't the only thing that I've got for you. I do have another little surprise with the FLAK Cannon, so let's switch to something a little bit different. Here we have a crossover. So if I'm going to do the G.I. Joe FLAK Cannon, I can't think of a better thing to do than to do a little crossover with G.I. Joe and Transformers. That was the natural crossover when we were growing up, and it is for this design as well. So if we've got our G.I. Joe FLAK Cannon, I don't know what works better than a Shockwave version of the FLAK Cannon. You can see that I've got the entire version in Shockwave's color scheme, the purple and the gray, just like that. Spins just like the other cannon, the Joe Cannon, and you've got obviously the Shockwave eye, which is actually the same as on the FLAK Cannon. And you've also got the attachment that can go on the front that makes this unique to Shockwave. This does slide off if you didn't want it on there, and it slides right on just like that. There we go. So I've got the Shockwave Cannon. Now, if we've got the Shockwave version of the FLAK Cannon, I figured we'd show off the Techno Trooper to go with him, the Cobra Techno Trooper, because he is purple and so is Shockwave. And so I think they all fit together really, really, really well. So this is also available on my Etsy store. And if you'd like to order one, it usually, for either one of these two, it usually takes me about 2 days to get all of the parts printed. Sometimes I do have some printed versions in stock, but it takes me a couple of days to get them printed and then a couple more days to get them shipped. But here is the Shockwave version. But it doesn't end there. I started with the G.I. Joe FLAK Cannon. I went with the Shockwave version, and I had to also go with the Megatron version. So we've changed the color scheme a little bit. We're going with a gray and a black color scheme. All the details right there. Spin them around. You can see that there's details on this side as well. The foot pads, I didn't show those off before. Hopefully you can see those pretty well. Had to go with the sight that can go up on the top. This does slide off, just in case you wanted to take it off. And it slides right back on, just like that. It does tip up and down, just like the other two versions do. Spins around like the other two versions. And then you've got the attachment that goes on the front that looks just like the Megatron attachment that went on the front of him when he was a toy. So you can see it right there. And slides right back on just like that. And there is that version. So how does this scale? Well, let's just go with a Cobra Trooper, Cobra Officer. See if I can get him to stand up right there. You can see how the whole thing scales. So if we put all of these three together right next to each other, we've got, let's put Shockwave right there. You can see how all three, Techno Trooper right there, fit together. We've got the G.I. Joe FLAK Cannon version in the olive green. We've got the Megatron version in the gray and the black, and the Shockwave version in the purple and the gray. Well, these are my creations. Like I said, they're available on my Etsy store for sale. If you like what you see, I would love you to at least give me a like and subscribe. If you really like what you see, you could go and order one from me, and hopefully you have a great day.